Hey everybody. Hey Kevin. It is Wednesday afternoon. We started looking at balancing content this morning. No, wait, no, we didn't. Well, I guess we did, but most of the morning was spent doing those bug investigations. I should probably file over here. Spent most of the morning investigating bugs. This was a continuation of yesterday. Filed. How do we get these issues? I wrote them in the scene here and saying, reformulate. Thanks for the resub. How are you doing? Scene inheritance. Here it is. Okay, so this issue. Filed this. Oops. This. And this. Yeah. Wait, what was that? Oh. Yeah, then I started working on balance and playtesting. Cool. Good. Thanks. Keeping busy. How are you? Well, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. I am also doing well. I'd say the good kind of busy. I feel like there's bad busy and there's good busy. And bad busy is when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you have too much stuff you have to do, not enough stuff you want to do. I've been doing stuff I want to do. I've been social. I've been kind of just, I don't know. Everything's been like nice and healthy, I feel. Hey, David, this type of question, how can I apply to big tech companies? So a lot of the big tech process is pretty standardized across that company. So for example, let's say you were looking at like Meta, Google, Microsoft, those sorts of companies. You can find a bunch of their interview resources online, and even on their own sites, they should share a lot of that. And once you get in touch with a recruiter, they can fill in any of the blanks you might still have. But in general, I'd say before you even apply to the company, you should look through these resources and see if you could pass the interview. If you're talking about software dev, they're generally broken down in three categories. There's the coding skills question, there's the design skills questions, and there's the behavioral questions. And you need to do well at all of these. And different companies have different prep for this. So Amazon, for example, really leans on the leadership principle stuff for behavioral questions. And some of them might have an automated section that you need to make it through, typically for coding skills. Then, yeah, anyway, there's a lot of info online for that stuff. So for me to go into more detail would be me retreading a lot of ground. Interview went well. Tentative next interview with Chief Medical Officer. Nice, 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 nice. I'm glad to hear it. I wish you the best of luck for your next interviews too. Okay, let's close out all of this. I think it's still worth considering how do we get to the point where we sort of slow down the game a little bit, and we don't have the same incentive for slowing it down that a lot of these microtransaction games do. In a microtransaction game, you want to slow things down so that you encourage people to want to speed it up again. In this, we want to slow things down a little bit just so that we can set a pace for the game and not just blow through all the content super fast. But now back to tickets. All right, gotcha. Yeah, so we'll unlock the town hall, the armor shop, the warehouse. I think those. Yeah. All right, where do we do this? I think signs has something like show all remaining signs, but this doesn't keep track of which ones we're already showing to begin with. And I don't remember how we saved this. We don't save anything. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a shame. Where do we call show all signs? Just here in loading. Yeah. Yeah, we need to save each individual sign, I think, and understand whether you need to show that thing or not. Although we could just reconstruct the state. Yeah, a referral can definitely help. And also it could give the referrer a monetary bonus. Okay, yeah, you don't have anyone. Yeah, I would still say you should be able to find a lot of the information about the process online. Also, I'll say this, not having a referral shouldn't hurt in most cases because these are big tech companies and the first word is big, and that means that you can't necessarily trust that any of the referrals are going to be good. I don't think you need to worry about asking someone from LinkedIn. Yeah. If you don't already know the person, it's not going to help you at all. Because at least at Google, the way that they had you fill this out was the referral process had you rate like how good is this person at the job they're applying for? And I wouldn't lie on this. I would say sometimes like, okay, this person is, like 70th, 80th percentile or something, or I hardly know who this person is. They're just somebody I know online, that sort of thing. Okay, so we want to show the like public void show signs after beating the first boss. Will this even work? We'd have to hide signs. How do we do this? No, I don't think we ever do hide this stuff. This means that the warehouse sign will always show when you load from a save file, I think. Let me close out of this for a sec. Let's try something out. I could search up people and chat with them. I don't yeah, I don't think you need to do that. Like I said, my advice for you right now is like go find the existing interview resources out there. And most of the sites, like let's say you wanted to go get hired at like Google hiring, search jobs. They have a job search thing. They probably also jobs. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they've got like a bunch of resources here, view all teams, the locations, work stuff. They should have something here on prepping. I'm not going to go find like every little thing, but yeah. And then there's tons of stuff on YouTube. You could search things like system design interviews. You could find mock interview websites. You can go through Leak Code. There's a lot of resources out there. Yeah. I highly suggest searching up. And if you want to talk to someone, I'd say, yeah, sure, by all means, go see if you can find somebody. But I think in general, you can probably get most of your questions answered by all the stuff that's already out there. And I wouldn't necessarily angle for a referral if you don't already know someone. Do they reply though? Does who reply? Like the big tech companies? Because you might apply and then, yeah, you might apply and they might never reply. That's totally possible. It's just like any other company though in that regard. Like you might submit your resume and then you just never hear back from them. And I think a lot of people who go on like interview or not interview sprees, but like application sprees, they might sometimes publish their stats like, okay, I submitted 100 applications. I heard back from whatever, 24 companies. I got interviews with 6 companies or something like that, and I got 2 offers. This is the typical like sales pipeline almost. And yeah, the amount of companies you even hear back from is typically, yeah. That's why I think references work better. Look, you can pursue this however you want, but I don't think it's gonna help. So, plus I don't have a good degree and think it's harder. Yeah, I don't think a referral is gonna help with that stuff. Because, like I said, if you don't know someone at these companies, how are they going to refer you? They're going to say, "Oh, this person hasn't proven themselves, and I've never worked with them, and I've never seen their work." It's probably going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. But that's assuming you can even find someone who's willing to do that. And if someone reached out to me randomly on the internet when I worked for one of these companies and said, "Hey, can you refer me?" I'd say, "No, I can't speak to your skills." And that's not even a mean thing. It's just like, what is it? Just to abuse the hiring process and get someone hired at the company who's potentially not a good fit? I don't think it's a good idea for anybody. Like you might struggle on the job. The person who referred you might lose some reputation. The company is gonna have a worse workforce, that sort of thing. Okay, so what I wanted to test here is if we unlock everything and then we click build on some of this stuff, I guess. Maybe even all of it. And then load the game, what happens? Let's see. All right, let's save that. So I built the entire vault. I have not built the entire enchanter, and I built the town hall. Now I click load game, and what happens? I apparently had a breakpoint set. Sign is loaded correctly, and the town hall is not saved correctly. Okay, so we got to do that. Save town hall status correctly, including its person. Why didn't I do this? Maybe I wrote it down. Had a guy a year ago from a boot camp that I was for a couple months working at Amazon. You could ask him and he could say he's from boot camp. I taught and know he's skilled and stuff. Look, if you want, yeah. I feel like, yeah, just you might as well reach out to them and see what they have to say. I might have started this and then just never finished this. Did I write something about the town hall or town perks or something like that? I probably did. Let's search for hall. Maybe remaining customer work. Save and load the town hall into skill trees. Yeah. Make sure cost is set correctly when loading. Okay, to be honest, I don't think this is very important for right now, so I think I'm gonna hold off on this, but I do think this needs to be done before we release. Yeah, that way it isn't broken. Oh, here it is. So the tutorial goes faster and so that the town hall will be loaded properly. Hey, Vafi. How's it going? Did you settle on what you want to do for the stream overlays for people? I think you said maybe that you were going to hold off for now or something. I can take a look at that tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Because what I think I'm going to do for now is I think I'm going to just write some temporary code, which means that by the end of today I should push before the end of today for the sake of PRs. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is this, and I'm not going to focus too much on if something goes wrong here. So what do we say we want? We want the town hall, armor shop, warehouse. So warehouse, armor shop, town hall. There we go. We'll say random idea I threw out there. It wasn't really something I decided on. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool to have a project that you already have someone on the hook for. Like if it's a game, then you have players. If it's a stream overlay, you got a streamer who's interested in it. And I think it can help motivate you quite a lot, which I think is nice. Like they're getting something, you're getting something. All right, so if num unique elites defeated is equal to 1, then signs dot show those. Otherwise, show all of them. Actually, no, else if it's greater than, we should probably have done greater than 1 yet. Okay, so I want to test this out, and then we want to move the shop, and I want to make a document for this stuff. Make document for progression stuff. Link it in Dark's issue. That or that you're solving an issue for yourself that keeps you motivated. Yeah. I think in general, your motivation either comes from yourself or from other people somehow, or a combination. So it's worth figuring out what kind of person you are. I know some people who are almost exclusively motivated by other people. So knowing that about yourself, it's like, let's say you wanted to start a diet. Starting it on your own is probably not a great idea, but maybe you start like a cooking group or something like that. Or I'm just throwing things out there, but something like that will make it more likely for you to succeed. And if you know that you're personally motivated, then yeah, you probably wouldn't go link yourself to other people's motivation. Right, so what I need to do here, I need to move the weapon in the armor shop. Yeah. Adam Mentors Live. I mean, that is what the Adam Mentors channel is for. Figure I might as well engage people in their topics that they're bringing up, though. All right, so we're just going to swap these things. I've done this before, and I can't imagine it's that hard to do. We just need to keep track of where the signs are. I think a little bit of both. To be honest, I just want to code something. I get it. I definitely get it. And actually, there's, what's that thing called? End curses for Node? This is no longer being maintained, but is this even what I was thinking of? I would expect pictures in the thing I'm thinking of. Yeah, look at blessed. Maybe it's this. Irfan, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. I think I was looking at one of my old YouTube videos and you were one of the first comments on one of the first videos from when I got back. Is this what I was thinking of? Yeah. You might want to look into this, Boffy, just as an idea of something you could possibly make, but not actually something that is a project on its own. But it's like a terminal interface. So you can get a whole bunch of... Are there more pictures on here? I just wanted to show you some pictures really fast. But nope, there was just the one. So never mind. I don't know. Anyway, it's called Blast. And it's interesting. That was it. Not even to suggest that you should use it, just to look into it, that's all. Okay, so we load up the town, which we have here. So we should have the signs in here. And we need to get the sign for the armor smith and the alchemist to be swapped. So I think we can just go into townscene.tscn and search for alchemist. Here it is. Yeah, so just bump this down here and bump this up here. And then I think we need to do the exact same thing over in like all shop data, I think. Yeah, here it is. All right, position in town and sign tile cord. So position in town is what needs to change. So this goes to here, and this goes to here. All right, let's try that out. Just can't get myself to do it. I think in that case, it's probably not a project worth pursuing. And I think at a high level, I mean, this is without me knowing everything that's going on exactly, but at a high level, I think about it this way. You have a goal for a project and then you set out and then time passes as you're pursuing it and then the goal changes. And in this case, it's worth evaluating just, is the project still worth doing? And sometimes the answer is yes, even though your goal has changed. Like maybe you set out to make a game just to learn and have fun. And then your goal becomes, you know what, this has something here. Maybe I can make some money off of this. The answer is still yes to the project's worth doing. But maybe your goal is like make a portfolio site because you're looking for a job, something like that. And then you are no longer looking for a job. Maybe the portfolio site doesn't matter to you anymore, that sort of thing. Hey, Radek. I feel this way about pretty much every piece of media or any project. Like sometimes I watch a TV show and I'm no longer finding it fun. And that's pretty much the only reason I watch TV shows because I don't really watch documentaries or anything. So if the show stops being entertaining, then I typically stop watching the show. It's just perfectionism since I want the design to be good, but I don't have any background with design. Well, maybe take on some design tasks then, just on other projects. Like maybe there's some existing software out there where you're like, how would I improve this if I were to improve this? Or go read some free books or take some free lectures or something. I think that could be really enriching. All right, so if I grant the signs here, this still says build weapon shop. Oh, because I never opened up the editor? Yeah. It's still there. How is it still there? Oh, I moved the alchemist sign? Whoops. God, I'm just not paying attention, am I? Yeah, I put the alchemist sign and the armor sign in two different spots. So I guess we need to swap these back. That's what it used to be. Now we want the armor sign and the blacksmith sign to be changed. There we go. Cool. So there's the armor shop. And when I build it, we see the armor thing. And when I try dragging armor to it, it highlights. Perfect. And then the weapon shop's over here. Yep, looks good. If we click grant most things, it builds it all out. Yeah, cool. That's it. That's all we need to do there. So let's check in that. And that. And that's it. Swap weapon and armor shops. I should give Dark credit for this. What do I search for? I don't know, weapon. Yeah, here it is. Okay, 422. This was Dark's idea in 422. Well, close to it at least. This is very close to Dark's idea in 422. I think the armor shop should still come first, but it should be closer to the left side of town so that it all fits on your monitor easily. Okay, so that part's done. Now, I think making the document for the progression stuff is a good idea. I'm going to go make this, but I have to do this off screen. So give me a sec. Scala seller. Okay, so Scala seller game progress. Then I gotta click share, but I don't know how to share this with the people I need to share with. I'm gonna share with everybody for right now. Yeah, and then eventually I should give edit access. Although maybe you can request that. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, and then I'll write this in here. I wanted to document some thoughts on progression. So I made this doc. I'm currently streaming, or I would give everyone comment/edit access. So you may have to request it if you like to comment. Yeah. Okay, so technically everyone has access. So if you were to type in this URL into your own browser, I'm not sharing the link because it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter if you get access to it. Now we put a construction thing here. There we go. Now we say background. I think it's worth planning the general game progression at a high level to figure out how long, or like what unlocks and when, how long each phase should take, and whether the game has enough. Yeah, this will help us see whether the game has enough interesting things at each phase. So unlocks, I guess. And that's where I'm just going to copy in this thing that I had. Where'd the other tab go? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to paste this in here. And then we're going to put it into the design document. I wrote something about how many bosses there would be. Let's see. Private document here. Well, this is a long document. Where did I write how many of these? There should be 7 bosses in the game. Yeah, see this document for progression details. All right, this document being this one. Game, it's not game progress, it's game progression. I wonder if we can update that thing, or do I need to refresh? Probably need to refresh. Details. There it goes. Cool. So beginning of the game. Oh, why is this tabbing in weirdly? Did that fix it? Yeah, nice. So beginning of the game. Available adventurers, rogue and mage, guild, the potion shop, the recycling druid. Stuff to unlock. Description. This is really just the tutorial. Locations are going to be forest, dungeon, canyon. It lasted my friend how long? I think I closed it down, but I think it was like 30 something minutes. Lasted my friend about 30 minutes. Just when testing before checkpoint 4. Yeah. I think it's important that this doesn't last too long since you don't have many choices during this phase. Max level is 2. Yeah, there, that's it. Okay, next up. I mean, we might as well write this down, but I don't really think it's important. I guess every phase gives you 2 more adventurers. Where do we do that? Let's just search for Archer. Yeah, here it is. Archer, Witch Doctor, Warrior Paladin. And I don't even know if that's a good idea, but whatever. Warrior Paladin. Cleric. Fill this in. And fill this in, and fill this in. What does this number mean? At least it's obvious that there's some significance for it. Nucleus. All right, so after the first boss, stuff to unlock, and max level is going to be 3. I guess we can just put this in all of these. In fact, I should probably just paste it like this. There we go. Adventurers, locations, and then anything else. Cool. That is a lot of channel points. Hey, the Linux developer. All right, so max level is set. Adventurers are done. Locations, I don't know, the volcano, and then if we're just going to do this in order, then I guess we'll just fill in what we already have here. Volcano, jungle, crypt. Then what do we have? Waterways, inferno. Yeah, and that's it. We'll make more, obviously. But that's all we have for now. In fact, maybe that's all checkpoint number 4 should go up to. Because by then you'll have unlocked everything in the game. Yeah. That's not bad. Maybe we make 3 bosses then. This should be the end of checkpoint 4, since we don't have any other unique or interesting buildings. Only a numerical palindrome? Yeah, yeah. That's the command is about the numbers. So they refers to the numbers. All right. So the description for this is you finally get the town hall so that you can improve your economy or your town's selling throughput by increasing customer amount / speed. I guess we could have written this down as buildings, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So yeah, town hall, armor shop, warehouse. You get the armor shop so that you can sell different kinds of items. And you get the warehouse just in case it's something you want. I don't even know if it's a good idea. I don't know when the warehouse is a good idea. What does the warehouse help for? I guess if you get a sudden burst of items, it makes it so that you don't lose them. Yeah, in case you get a burst of items. The items don't disappear in case you get a bunch of them, but also so that you're prepared for the enchanter in the next phase. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Then this, I think, is pretty important too. Just set a max level. Maybe you don't even upgrade them one at a time. I don't even know if that makes sense. Change the warehouse. It's at a max level based on where you are in the game. Maybe start the player with 3 slots, and each time you upgrade the warehouse, grant like 2 to 4 item displays at once. Make it so that the math works out. I mean, it's not that hard to just give you 4 at the beginning and every upgrade gives you 4 more. I think that would be a lot more impactful than you unlocking 1 at a time. Plus, it makes it so the number of upgrades you need is 15 and not 63. I don't think it's good to click. Well, it's actually clicking 126 times if I'm not mistaken. Human puppet. All right, this part's done. Yeah, cool. We have some changes we got to make there. And then the scale tree a bit more. I guess quests, 1 for the potion shop to grant 2 item slots. Quests here. Actually, this would probably be under stuff to unlock. Is 2 for the armor shop plus 1 slot each. 1 for the potion shop plus 1. Ever see Cookie Clicker? No, I just saw the game Cookies. There was no clicking, it was just eating. So description, this is where you get the Enchanter's Den. Maybe you don't get the weapon shop just yet. Hey, Dark. I'm not sure. So here's what I was thinking, originally at least, is that the Enchanter's Den is sort of a more complex building. And I think playtesting is what's going to suss this out. But I don't know how long this phase should last. In fact, maybe we should have written this. Description, expected length in phase, about 30 minutes. This is how long it took my friend when testing for checkpoint 4. Yeah. Universal paper clips, yeah. Yeah. A friend of mine showed me, what was that game? Oh God, I don't remember what it was called. Some Russian game that you play like right through GitHub. Russian incremental game. I don't know what it was called, and that's not finding it. Yep, no idea. No idea what I'm talking about right now. All right, when doing the user research, have you measured the time? I did for, let me see. I definitely did for the last one. But let me pull up my other note and see if I did it for that one too. I probably did. I tend to just write down times for everything. Yeah, I did. Let's see, this was the friend for checkpoint 4. The friend who did this for checkpoint 3. How long did they take? They started at 10:06. There were no bosses back then though, so there's no way to check that. Oh, also, you didn't have to pay to unlock instances. Trying the dungeon again now. I don't know where I wrote that he tried the dungeon for the first time. I'm not going to pull up these notes while I'm streaming, which is why I'm just looking over here. Anyway, he spent about maybe 40 minutes in total. But yeah, my friend who just played recently on Sunday took about 30 minutes to beat the boss, which I think is a good amount of time for the tutorial. It's like that'll teach you most of the game. You should hopefully understand how things are going then. And then when you move on to phase 2, you are going to get some more things you can unlock. I do kind of wonder, we could put the enchanter here. Questions probably revealed through playtesting and research. Should the town hall be unlocked, or not the town hall, the enchanter be unlocked after the first boss? I like the idea of slowly unlocking its true potential by buying all of the crystals, but that could all happen in the same phase anyway. I didn't see or didn't like your joke. Oh, no, that's the joke that's been told like 400 times on the stream. So I thought you were just memeing on it, that it's been told a lot, but sorry, you were probably telling it legitimately. I just ignore it now. Maybe the progression will be too fast and the issue made it look like it's way more complex. The issue being the issue you filed, you mean? This one? Because I don't think it's... Okay, yeah. I don't think it's that it's... I don't think it looks like it's too complex. I think it's that we don't have a ton of content in the game. And I think the kind of content people are going to enjoy is if you split the game up into 7 phases, where each phase is the time before the next boss. So phase 1 is going to be the like tutorial, and phase 2 is going to be post ogre. Anyway, if you split it up into phases, like each phase should feel a little different, I think. And I think the way we do this is by introducing new buildings so that you always feel like there's something kind of new to do. And in that sense, we don't have that many new buildings. So the ones that I kind of think of as being interesting are the town hall and the enchanter. The shops aren't really interesting because they're just more of the same. And I think it's cool to have them, but if the only difference in the phase is that we're unlocking like a weapon shop or a jeweler or something like that, then I don't think it's going to feel very good. And the issue with this is, well, we only have 2 unique buildings. So that's maybe phase 2 and maybe phase 3. And then it's like, well, what do we do for the other half of the game now? So I think we do need to make some new stuff. I think that people can also spend time beating leveled up bosses as a challenge. They can, yes. There will be some other content you can do. But right now the game is planned pretty linearly, and I feel like that line eventually loses its luster. We get the Enchanter's Den so that you can impact battles in another way that isn't leveling up. Adventurers here, do we even know what adventurers are? Yeah, warrior and paladin. These are open to debate. I don't care about those right now. The Enchanter's Den, the vault, and the weapon shop, question mark. Stuff to unlock, adventurers, the cleric. Always make a new NPC that breaks down items into powders you use in the enchanter's pots. It kind of doesn't feel right to shove a whole body armor into a pot. Yeah, but there's something else, because I think a crafting or that sort of thing is a good idea. But I think the issue is, like, does the enchanter do anything special before you unlock that new building? Maybe you just find buff crystals? You can't just disenchant any item? That could be kind of interesting. I don't know, but those are the kinds of things that we definitely need to ask. And in fact, let's link this to the game design questions that we already have. These questions. Should the enchanter be changed? Maybe it would be good to have instances drop buff crystals once you've unlocked the enchanter. That way you can't just ditch any item. I guess like throw any item into it. I don't know. I think we need to revamp this system somehow, and I'm just not sure how. Probably be based on what we do in a later phase of the game. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, max level 4, max level 5, max level 6, max level 7. And then after the 7th boss, you've beaten the game. At this point, there's just challenge content, e.g. beat all of the bosses at level 7. The problem that the game is linear. Does the overall progression look good? Yeah, I guess is each phase interesting? When we run out of new content, we should be pushing the old content to its limit. Yeah. Beat all bosses in under X minutes. Right now, there's no way to replay a boss at the same level you fought them at originally. Every time you fight them, they level up. So the first time it's the ogre level 1, then level 2, then level 3. And there's no way to choose that level. They just auto level up. So we would need a separate mode or something, but I don't think it'd be very interesting because this is sort of like a puzzle, and that once you know the solution, applying the solution is not very tough. And there's no input during the battle. We do recipes where you click the pot, small window opens with 3 slots. Battle mods based on a combination. Yeah, I wanna make it easy to just like drag items or somehow like I want you to convert items to buffs. I think that part is clear to me. But how it works, I'm not totally sure yet. And I'm not even sure if we look at it in just terms of basic questions, I could type. Should you even be able to choose your buffs? Or do you just like throw in 10 items and you get a random one and yeah, you just kind of deal with it? But I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. Maybe the answer is yes, maybe the answer is no. I think we'll need to plan out the system and see what the pros and cons are. But this is the post checkpoint 4 planning that I think we'll need to do. And I think part of it will be based on feedback. Maybe people are like, oh, I like the idea of the enchanter, but have you thought of this? And I'll be like, no, I haven't. And thank you very much for leaving feedback. So now that we have a general structure for this, I think the expected length in this phase, just based on what's written, and I know it's not going to be true to whatever we playtest, but you'll unlock the town hall probably pretty quickly. You will slowly power up your adventurers. It's probably not going to take you longer than another like 30 to 45 minutes to get through this. But let's say we wrote 30 or 45 minutes for this. That would mean that it'd be an hour and 15 minutes to get through this content. So now let's say we somehow make this one last an hour. Let's say we make every other phase last an hour. We're looking at, yeah, like 6-ish hours of gameplay, 6.5. I don't even necessarily think that's a problem. I think we need to lean into the active part of this even more if we're going to do that. Because it's not like you're just going to walk away from your computer, come back, and then like, oh, you beat the phase. That'd probably be boring. Was the second research done with slower customers? Yes. Yeah, and it worked surprisingly well. It was pretty smooth. And part of the reason for that is that at one point, you're practically guaranteed that a rare customer will show up. And that really helps you along in the beginning of the game. But also, having only 2 customers at the beginning when you only have 1 shop, I think is the right decision. But it's definitely why the town hall needs to be unlocked immediately after that. Okay, well, I called this title something like playtesting the game, and we haven't actually been playtesting the game. So let's go playtest the game. What we need to figure out is all the post-ogre stuff. So I want to start my game there. And we can just craft a save file where that's the case. So shouldn't be too hard, I think. Especially because I can speed things up. So we just grant a bunch of money, unlock the next adventurer. Done. Now train them both. Done. Now give them the skills I think that are good. Let's do that and that. And what else do we buy? Oh yeah, the locations. And is there anything else? I think that's it. That's all we can buy. Yeah. Oh, we could do the quest. So I guess let's go do the quest. Let's start one of those battles and one of those battles. Speed this up. Oh, I don't need to speed it up. I could just hack in the items. All right, quest, take that. And the quest is done. Cool. And then we got to go beat the ogre boss. So we start this battle. Hopefully we win. We did. Cool. So that is now everything. Now we save the game. And why is everything unlocked? There must be something somewhere that's calling show all remaining signs. Didn't I change the town for this? Yes, I did. But yeah, something must be calling this. Here it is. You beat the instance for the first time. So if level is 0 and the ID is the forest, then this is you beat the forest for the first time. Did your friend beat the boss on the first try? No, technically no, because my friend didn't realize you could send 2 adventurers in. So he just sent the mage, and the mage died really quickly. But then I think once he realized that, well, I think I had to nudge him and be like, hey, there's a number you're missing in here. And he's like, oh, party size. Yeah. And then he sent in 2 characters. And then I think he won. There's probably not a guarantee that you win. In fact, we should probably run the battle simulator on that. Although I think that as long as it's 80%, I don't think I'm going to change anything. Where is this? Dungeon. So your character's a level 2. You've got the mage with storm intensity. And the rogue with, let's say, quicker strike. We're going to the canyon. And we're going with these 2 characters. Now delete all of this. Turn on the simulator. We're running 100 tests, but I want to run it with a bunch of different configurations. So in this case, we're going to try it with, let's just do a couple of them. Let's say precision instead of quicker strike. And burn instead. Oh, I never moved burn, did I? Yeah, whoops, I forgot to do that. We got to move burn. Oh, I wanted to revamp burn. That's why. Drat. Burn should be improved slightly. And then we should move this. We should swap this with inspiration. Is that what it's called? Yeah. What pages would you look for as an employer on a portfolio? Currently, I have home and about, project list, and 1 page for each project. I'd probably just look for their GitHub, to be honest. Yeah. And then I would expect everything to just be on GitHub. But that's my own biases. I think having a project page is probably fine. If you were to have a project page, I'd want to know, what did you do? What was the impact? How hard was it? And where's the code or output? These are the things I think I would care about. And I think the impact is important too. If it's like, I made a Tetris clone, that's not the impact. It might be something like, I came in 17th in a game jam, or I got 400 players with no marketing, or something like that, you know? It's like, what happened as a result of the project? Because a lot of projects are just going to be like, I made this thing, I just learned from it. And that's fine, but that's probably worth listing. Like, oh, I just I learned from this. This is what this taught me. Here are the lessons. Otherwise, I think, because remember, as an employer, you want to know, how is this person going to actually help my team? And that's where the impact is good. And a lot of times people don't do this when they're even just talking about the resumes. It'll be like, made a feature for product X, whatever this might be. It's like, okay, was it for performance? If so, how much did it improve the performance? Was it for money? If so, how much money did it make? It's like people want to know, what did the thing do that you worked on? Anyway, this is a problem. I'm not going to be able to do this, I guess. So let's just run this. And let's see how that goes. Oh, I forgot to save the game. Didn't I? Did I save it? I think I saved it. I really hope I saved it. Yeah, I think we saved. Okay, looks like, yeah, I did. Thanks. Yeah. Also, hey, MGC, excuse me. Going to have a big writing session soon. We're going to spew out as much info as I can. Yeah, the other thing that's probably worth saying is, I think you can share your site with prospective employers and see what their feedback is. Because a lot of this, if it's done in a vacuum, is not really going to help. Some people might never go to your site. Some people might see a GitHub and just go to that. Like maybe your GitHub should just have the project description there and screenshots and everything. Because if I go to someone's GitHub, like let's say we just searched Adam13531 and we click this, and I'm like, what did this person do? And I'd be like, okay, this is a wiki. This is boring. Who cares? I'd go to this and I'd be like, okay, game. What's the game? Okay, I can click play. I might just look at the images. Okay, it looks like this person cares about readmes. I might go into their source and just take a look at something, maybe their organization to start with, and then just click like a random class and see what's their coding style. Do I agree with how these functions are written or something like that? And just get an idea for what is this person's skill at whatever it is they're applying for. And if things look good, then that's it. I mean, the whole point of a portfolio or a resume is just to get you to an interview process. All right, so in both cases, we won 100% of the battles. And what does this mean? Average life remaining is negative 8.4% and negative 21.1%. I guess this means that an adventurer almost always dies. Also interesting, those numbers are exactly the same. Why is that? Does the ogre have a different basic attack? Oh, it does. Oh, then that explains it. Well, it kind of explains it. I guess stealth could have different dodge amounts, but it just doesn't. Seems like they lost 100%. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I must not have leveled them up. No, I did level them up. What's going on? What is going on? That's not possible. They're dying in every single case? Oh, wait. I wonder if it's because the ogre is not level 1 anymore. Oh, that might be what's going on. I don't know how we test that though. I guess battle system level. Yeah, if level's greater than 1 stat multiplier. Okay, let's just put a print here. Multiplying stats. Is that happening? Because if so, then that definitely explains it. Because it's not possible to win the multiplied stats fight at level 2. I just don't know why that'd be happening, but let's find out if it's happening. It is. Yeah, so it must be that one fight is 1. Although, where does that happen? It doesn't. Is it loading from a save file? Is something else going on here? Debug unlock all instances. That might be what does it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Highest elite levels defeated equals 1. Well, that's a mistake. Well, what if I set this to 0? That might not actually work. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Stockton. I was not paying attention, and Kevin, I see you did that too, yeah. All right, is that working? Yeah, it works for the first time, and you win 74 battles, and then it multiplies the stats for all the other ones, and you win 0. So we need to make it so that when you're using the balance simulator, we don't ever set the level of the elites, which I guess we could just do directly in the battle system. We pass in the level in level. Yeah, here. We could just override this. Remember the Goombas and Chain Chomps from the Mario games that were in the path? If so, do you have anything like that yet? Goombas and Chain Chomps. I remember the characters, yeah. But what are you asking? I'm sorry. It is not clear to me at all. You mean like, because I was going to say, do you mean like side characters? But they weren't side characters in those games. They were actual like things you had to avoid. So yeah, I might not be understanding the soul of the question there. Or maybe just sort of unique looking enemies. Because I guess we have like generic fantasy fare right now. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to see where this thing gets called. It's right here. This is, where do we get the level from here? Instance is elite. I hesitate to overwrite what the level is, but we don't have any other way of doing this other than to modify what the highest elite level defeated is ahead of time. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna put something in here then. If battle simulator dot is simulating, maybe we hard code in a level that this thing is set to. Level equals battle simulator dot level to use for battles. Yeah, that'll work. Make a method in the instance list to modify that so we can preset it. I think I'll just pull it from here. But yeah, maybe that's not a good idea. More like mini games and small obstructions that can randomly occur when walking around. It is what I meant. Okay, so first of all, I don't look at Goombas and Chain Chomps as mini games. I look at Mario as being a platformer game, at least the ones that you're talking about. And I look at the Goombas and Chain Chomps as being obstacles, and those obstacles as being like core to the gameplay. So if you took out all the enemies in Mario, you would just have blocks, pipes, vines, like you'd have things that you just sort of jump over and maneuver through, and there'd be almost no danger. So you need to add these things for danger, and that's crucial to a platformer, in my opinion. In the game we're making, yeah, I'm talking about you, Mario. In the game we're making, it's a like mostly idle game. There is no walking. The sort of mini games, I guess you sort of replace with the systems, which is like the economy system and the battle system. And yeah, I think what we're going to end up doing is fleshing out the town side of things, and I think that's probably the closest to what you're talking about. Did I do this? Yeah. This overrides the battle level, which at the time of writing it, I don't need to write this. I think it's fine. I'll just look at this thing. It's a me. Man. units appear and steal or rob to give the game more challenge. Yeah, something like that's been proposed before. I generally don't like that sort of idea, only because I think, how would you combat that? Like, do you just click the thing that's robbing you? And if so, is that fun? Is there more strategy? Is it even for strategy? Is it, I mean, you mentioned it's for challenge. So like, what's the challenge in stopping that sort of thing? And maybe it's a resource allocation problem, right? Maybe you have adventurers who are in battle and you need to keep some like guarding town, and then they can stop you from getting robbed. But then is that fun? It's like, okay, now you're not going forward with your largest battle effort so that you might stop something. And something I would ask you to consider here, at least, is this. Big companies sometimes do like really legally questionable stuff and they get a fine, but the fine is lower than the amount of money they made by doing legally questionable stuff. So I don't need to name any names or specific examples. I'm sure everyone in chat knows about some case where this has happened. Imagine big telecom companies or big whatever media conglomerates or anything like that. And I think of it sort of like this. Like, someone comes and robs you and you're like, it's just more fun to play the game, so I'll just play the game and let them rob me. That's what I'd be concerned with. So if there's a system that makes sense and it sounds like it's really fun to add, I think I'd be open to it. But I haven't come up with a system like that, and I think it's non-trivial to work it into Skeletron. All right, so now they're actually winning battles. This one's winning 87% of the time, and this one's winning 60% of the time. So it turns out that by using precision instead of quicker strike, you drastically lower your chance to win, which is interesting. I wonder what you can get the lowest win rate to be. Probably precision and whatever the other one was called, inspiration. Yeah, so if I run this, let's copy this first. Copy. So our highest win rate was 87%. I think we're going to lower it even lower than 60%, which is fine because it's still, you're winning the majority of the time. If you just run 2 battles, you'll probably win. If you run 1 battle, you'll probably win. All right, what is it now? Yeah, 31%. Okay, so if you really want to not have a chance to win, this is how you would do it. And even then, it'd take you about 3 battles and you would win. And I think that's fine. It's the first boss in the game. You only have 2 choices. You can't really pick totally wrong, but it's a range of 31% to an 87% chance of winning. The worst case scenario, you play the battle like 3 times. Well, worst case scenario is you play it a near infinite number of times because probability just keeps shafting you. You can get 0% by sending only 1 adventure. Yes, that's true. You could make it 0%. But actually, if you didn't even have abilities, let's see what that would look like. This is the lowest possible win rate you could have while still sending in 2 level 2 adventurers. And I'm guessing the abilities make enough of a difference where this is going to be less than 31%. I'd be pretty surprised if it was like 28% or something. Yeah, it's 7%. So you still have a chance of winning if you put no skill points in, as long as you send both adventurers in a battle. But this would take you on average 14 times to fight. Yeah, I should change this function. I should change it so you don't need to specify the adventurers in 2 locations here, but there's a sort of a deeper problem than that. Anyway, getting back to this. So we have just beaten the boss. Let's revert this. Why is this red? Oh, darn it. I reverted the... Okay, hold on. We need this line of code still. But just not anything else. Allow overriding the battle level. This way you can run the battle simulator on bosses and not have them level up after beating them. Okay. Okay, so we go back into this. And then we load the game. Whoop, do not click that button. Oh, that would have been bad. I should probably just back up my save file. This is like just beat ogre save.json. Yeah. Okay, so now it's going to be pretty much impossible to win the next instance, right? Because we only have 2 adventurers, and the next instance was ever made for this. So if I just beat the boss, I would not want to go back to the old instance to have to progress. I think I'd want to just go to the new instance that was unlocked. Which would mean that the volcano would be the same general difficulty as the canyon. Maybe not. Maybe we make it like a 40% win rate with your current adventurers. That way you can still grind there if you want, but it's probably better to just go to the dungeon. Yeah, this is kind of a problem, right? You kill the ogre and then you probably don't have money because you wouldn't need to accrue it beforehand. And now you unlocked a bunch of stuff, but it costs money in order to buy it. I think maybe ideally we would just give you some money. No, you know what should happen? The ogre should drop a valuable potion. A potion worth like 150 gold or something. Yeah. Is there a command to get information out of the game? Yes, there is. It is the Skell command. And hi, Apoka. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Have the ogre drop a super rare potion. Well, super rare. I mean, only the ogre could drop it, let's say, which is worth enough to get you something, maybe 100 gold. Yeah, I think that could work. Okay, so now what is that rare potion going to be? All item data. It's got to be a potion. I guess which potion graphics do we even have? I know they're all in the game already. I just want to see what looks good. So game, assets, items. Do we have any like super cool looking potions? Not really. We just have this row. I guess that black one maybe could be like ogre blood. Would ogre blood be black? Can we just say that it is? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Check the all item data for. Yeah. What I wanted to do is see what potion looks different. Like I said, I know we manifested the data. I just want to see what looks different. So, anyways, right next to those scales. Did we put all the potions next to each other? Alice chords. I guess we could just check the Alice chords. So what is this? 256.32. 256.32. Wait, it wasn't manifested? How many of these do we have? 170. How many should there be? What is that? 5, 10, 15, 22 times 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, that's already more than 170. Okay, so then we probably just didn't manifest all the potions. So I'll just put that one in, I guess. Google gave me this. Ogre blood. Hey, that's pretty close. No, never mind. It looked pretty close before it fully loaded. All right, well, I'll manifest that one then. Item ID. Oh, wait. Big black potion is there. Where's that? Oh, I see. Not all of these use the 2 pixel chords. I just saw the first one using a new vector straight up. Okay. I see. We need to change these to use tile coordinates. All right, well, I have an idea for how we can do that. We highlight all of these and do 2 pixel chords. And whoops, and then divide these by 16. And that should do it. Yeah. Done. Okay, now we get that potion, and we call this Ogre Blood. Flavor text. It was nice of the ogre to bottle this before dying. Oh my god. All right. I don't think it should give you a mod at all, but its value should probably be pretty large. And then I think we need to bump this above the comment here. Yeah. This ogre doesn't die though. No, it's a new one that comes back and replaces it. Alternatively, actually, it probably makes a little bit more sense to just delete this comment here, right? Were these already in order? Amethyst amulet, platinum amulet. Is that where that stuff used to be? Yeah, I should just delete the comment then. Yeah. Okay, so we get ogre blood, and that's what this thing is going to drop. So Canyon now drops 1 ogre blood. Oh, it's a big black potion. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so that helps address the other problem that we had. We're going to need that same thing to happen after the next boss. So let's write that down too. This is skills. And this is make the second boss drop a valuable item as well. Yeah. Now it is possible you lose this item. And too bad if it does. Yeah, it's only 100 gold. It's not like it's a quest item or something. But if you do lose it, yeah, you'll just have to grind to get that 100 gold back. So with the 100 gold you get, you can now go upgrade something probably. Maybe an adventurer, maybe you can unlock the town hall. Either way, you're gonna have a nexus of choices. And what you make is gonna dictate how much fun you have for the rest of the game. Not really. Okay, so we got to change the volcano. The volcano should be rank maybe 2. Maybe 2 is fine. I don't know. Give these items some kind of effect or priority. Yeah. I think that the amount of time it takes for you to beat the ogre, and maybe we make it have a little bit more life and do a little bit less damage so that the fight purposely takes longer. But the amount of time it takes for you to do it would hopefully mean that your shop gets flushed out of any potions it already had. But oh, actually, you won't have auto battle enabled for it because you can't, because you wouldn't have beaten it. So it means that your adventurers will get out of the battle and immediately pick up the item. So I think it should be okay. And hey, like I said, even if you lose it, it's 100 gold. But we could make it so they never go away. Won't you get the quest before the boss, though? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but the only quest you have before this is the green potion quest, and this is not a green potion. So it'll always be able to be put into your shop. And you have the potion shop already by the time you get here. So there shouldn't be a problem with this. Okay, so recommended level, I guess we say is 2. Maximum number of adventurers, 2. So that way you can still use your first 2 adventurers. How much does it cost to unlock your next one? Adventure costs 300. I guess it depends on how much you get from this one. Green potion gives you 1 skill point, so you get an auto battle. Yeah. What I'm saying though is, in order to turn on auto battle, you have to win the battle first. So you can't have auto battle on when you beat the ogre for the first time because you couldn't have beaten it before you beaten it. So you don't get auto battle from the skill points after finishing quest. Oh, okay, I see. You probably had the same concern as Kevin. Yeah. What all I was saying is this, which is when you first go into a battle, you have no way to enable auto battle. You have to end the battle first. Oh, I guess you don't have to win the battle first. You just have to lose the battle first. Yeah, so I guess you could have auto battle on. Anyway, still didn't change my decision. I think that down the line we can just say this item doesn't disappear or something like that. But it's not, I don't think it's going to make too much of an impact right now. All right, so this costs 300. Don't we have a thing somewhere that lets it print out? We had some like debug print. Oh, there it is. Yeah, nice. I want to call this print expected average drop stats. This only helps if the volcano is not dropping weapons. It is not. We're getting armors, but you don't actually have the armor shop yet. So I think maybe we should give you mostly potions. And probably we should be giving you a potion that is not the green one anymore. So all item data. What other potions did I fill out? Big mana potion. Big life potion. What do I even want the average value to be? I guess it should be like a step level up. Small blue, small purple. Do we grant this somewhere? Why does this have a value? No, we don't. I think we should be giving out medium yellow potions. I don't even know what the quest data is. I think you're supposed to get the life potion next, but we'll work on that. All right, so all instance data, we go back to this. We need it to drop yellow potions. So those are worth 10 each. And if you were getting 5 a piece times 2.5, so 12.5, now you'd be getting like 20-ish. And maybe, yeah, we drop a couple of cloaks. Is this more items than you can handle? Normally you're used to 2.5 dropping from here, but it's all going to the same place. Now you're getting 3 on average. Okay, I like this. I like this. This is too hard. And up until now, you've never had to deal with battles in phases. So I think you still shouldn't have to deal with phases. So what if we just did this? Maybe 2 volcano bats? Let's try that out. Can you win this fight? And then how much does it cost to unlock the armor shop? It was right there. 40? I feel like that's low. Okay, so we load the game. And we start a battle in the volcano with our stalwart adventurers. Can they win? Speed this up. I want them to have a roughly 40% chance of winning, and it looks like it might be 0. They need to at least be able to win. I guess this is why we wrote a battle simulator. So let's go simulate. Let's get to simulating. So we're going to go to the volcano. We're going to go with our 2 classes. Yeah, 0 is pretty close to 40 on a large enough scale. Let's get storm intensity. And quicker strike. Delete this. We got to make sure that there isn't just one best build that we're testing with, though. So maybe let's test with also the worst build. Although, if the build is bad against the ogre, it's going to be bad against these characters too. There's nothing special yet. Fine, let's try it with, what's the other skill? Inspiration and precision. Maybe it is somehow better. All right, let's run it. Yeah, 0 out of X as X approaches infinity is pretty close to 40 out of X. Oh, hey, we also printed out these stats. The volcano, number of items 3, value 24. So the value is basically doubled. So we could roughly double the cost of everything and it would be fine. I think that's pretty cool. All right, won 87% of the battles and 70% of the battles. That's actually not too bad. I kind of want to lower it though. Yeah, I want there to be a lower win rate. So what did we have here? We used to have orange worms as well. So maybe what we do is we have 2 volcano bats and an orange worm. That'll probably kill you though. All right, how about 3 volcano bats? But the bats are a little bit weaker on average. Volcano bat. Here we go. So they do 15 damage right now, and they have 300 life. What if they had 200? So it used to be a total of 600 life. So if I set this to 240 life, then they'll have 720, so 120 more. But they'll be attacking 50% harder. So that's probably too much. How about we go the opposite direction? We increase their damage, but decrease their life. Let's just see what happens. Could also have 1 more skill point after beating it. Yeah, I'm looking at right when they're like fresh out of beating the ogre. I want them to have a roughly 40% win rate so that as they start leveling up, that climbs to maybe 80% or something. Because that's what we're going to check out next. Okay, now it is a 19% win rate and a 7% win rate. That's too strong. You got to lower this. Maybe 17 damage. So on average, that was a 13% win rate. I want this to go to 40. And 40 might still feel bad, but still I'm going to try it. Right now it's 67 and 37. That's closer. What did I do? I lowered this by 3 damage points and it drastically changed. I don't know, 19? We got to be very careful with this balance. 19 might not even make a difference. Maybe that's why. Because maybe 3 was the difference between doing 9 hits and doing 10 hits to kill them or something. I don't think it was, but it might have been. Yeah, I'll set a floating point number. I think I can, actually. Is this... Yeah, they are floating point numbers. All right, so now it's 22% and 46%. That's, I think, a little bit better. Yeah, I think we're going to keep these numbers for now. But that's with you just having beaten the ogre. And now we want the next instance to be pretty much impossible for you unless you send in a 3rd adventurer. The recommended level could still be... It's really tough. So you'll get done playing against this character. Let's load the game. Let's slow this down. Let's turn on VSync. Yeah, so you're going to get done with this, and there's going to be the armor shop you can build but haven't yet. It's going to be the warehouse, and there's going to be the town hall. And you won't even see that the town hall is there because it's off to the bottom right. But yeah, you'll have been selling potions that are worth like 5 gold. So you're going to start finding potions from this new place that are worth 10, and armor that is worth probably not nearly enough. All item data, hooded cloak, 6. But I guess it goes into a different shop. So the recommended for Volcano be 2, given you have less than 50% chance to win. Yeah, that's what I guess the first question is this. Right after beating the ogre, should you have to go back to fight in a lower instance? And I think the answer is no. But I think you should feel how much harder the next place is. But you're also given 100 gold. And 100 gold is just enough to level up 1 adventurer. Yeah. So really what you could do, and we don't have a way of representing this in the battle simulator, because all we can do is level up all of the adventurers right now. But let's say we just leveled them up to 3 and then tried that again. They used to have a win rate of 46% and 22. So 46 and 22 makes a 34% chance on average. And just by leveling them up, not even putting another skill point in, I want to see what that does. Well, this is going to get harder and harder to balance. Okay, so the 44% went up to 59% and 22 went up to 29. Yeah. And that was just by increasing your stats, not even by putting another point in. Problem is the amount of item displays in your shop. You probably won't sell the items fast enough if you just keep repeating the lower level instances. Well, don't forget, there are a couple other things you have to consider here. One is you have 3 potion slots at that point and the ability to have 1 armor slot. But then also you'll have the town hall, which could give you +1 max customer and also like plus 50% movement speed or whatever it is. I'm making up numbers, but. And we're going to balance around knowing that you have this much. And then we're going to also at some point offer you different quests. So you'll be able to get up to 5 potion slot, or no, 4 potion slots and 3 armor slots. And it should feel like you're building this out. It's not like you should just be granted this stuff immediately. So I think as long as this feels like you're progressing, I think you could be okay. Or if you make the shops bigger, like +1 more row. I don't think we need to do that. I think that by the time you get to the end game, having, what is it, 10 per shop, and maybe we even have 4 shops, selling 40 items in your town, I think that's going to be more than enough. I kind of want to test this over here too, but I don't want to do that just yet. We got to think of how we're putting these other 2 quests. So I guess figure out how many instances show up before the next boss. I'm thinking 3. A 2-person instance that you can fight in immediately. A 3-person instance. You work your way up to. And then another 3-person instance. Yeah. Right before the boss, and then the boss. We could cut out one of these. Live to 2 people. Level 2, 3 adventurers. They'll eventually get them up to level 3 though. Is that even smart? Maybe level 3, 2 adventurers? And then level 3, 3 adventurers? I kind of like that. Yeah. Making that clicking sound. I swear there's something inside this thing. Won't stop clicking. Are we adding the unused snowy instance? Yes, almost certainly. I don't think we're gonna have enough instances for checkpoint number 4, but I'm not actually positive because we need. Where's the other browser tab I had? To the first boss, max level's 3. We're gonna have 3 more locations there, and then yeah, we might need 1 or 2 more. I'm not sure. Although I guess we need like what 10 or 15 more for the whole game. So if we have them ahead of time, I guess it's not going to be such a bad thing. But otherwise, I'll just reuse some. The players won't notice. He's not for checkpoint 4. All right. So wait, this was for Yeah, this was for figuring out what we should be at for this stuff. Level 3, 2 adventures. Yeah, I think this is good. So yeah, then where do the quests show up? That's why I was trying to figure this out. Where do the quests show up? 2 for armor, 1 for the potion. First location can be the armor quest. Second location can be the potion quest. Third location can be the other armor quest. Okay, I like it. So we need the hooded cloak to be part of a quest, and I think it already is. Hooded cloaks, yep. It says you only need 2. I think we should make it like 4. But also, we don't have a way of customizing how many item displays it gives you. So we have skill point reward. We also need int num item displays granted. Normally, it's going to be 1. But somewhere we have a plus equal 2 or a for loop of 2. Right there. No, that's random items. Where did I do this? Maybe I just called level up twice. Add next item display. Where do we do this? Oh, do we call upgrade twice? Yeah, I think we just call upgrade twice. Yep, there it is. Debug upgrade shop for checkpoint 2. Checkpoint 2 doesn't have that many quests, so we give 2 upgrades at once for now. There's a special function just to make it obvious it needs to be deleted. Sounds good. Yeah. We can change this. This needs to be upgrade shop. And upgrade shop could know. Actually, the quest could know. Doesn't the quest have the thing? Current quest. Quest data dot num item displays granted. Wow, easy. Hey, Caleb. I'm doing well. How are you doing today? Int num. What's it called? Num item displays granted. Add next item display. I guess we could call this twice. Yeah. Probably smarter to do that. So we just delete this and call this a certain number of times. What does on shop upgraded do? Rebake navigation mesh. So we'll call that twice. It's a little bit weird, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so for I is less than that, do that. Good. Now we need the very first quest to give you 2 of these. Where's that one? Medium green potion. Num item displays granted is going to be 2. This is probably the only quest in the game that's going to do this. But it's because of the very first quest. Had a really good day. Figured out a method that'll drastically simplify our logic for committing to a virtual branch at work today. Nice, 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 nice. I hope it gets implemented and that everybody loves it. It's nice thinking of things that simplify, because it's not always new features all the time. Sometimes it's making old features better. Some of these are granting multiple skill points. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we just need more quests. But okay, we have the medium green potion quest. Now we need the cloak quest. That's already done. Level 2 and 2 adventurers. Did we already do that? All instance data. Level 2, 2 adventurers. Yeah. And then the next one is going to be level 3 and 2 adventurers. Level 3 and 2 adventurers. Cost to unlock this. The last thing you paid money for was this, and it cost 35. This one should maybe be 70. It's probably reasonable. You can't actually sell armor until you've spent the what, 40 gold? There it is. 40. Let me think about that. I think 40 is reasonable. And you're going to get the next one afterward. 70 is probably reasonable. I'm going to set it to 75 though. How much money does a volcano give on average? Currently 24. But 12 of that is from armor. So only 12 if you don't have the armor shop. Although 12 is still pretty much just as much as the average value of the dungeon. Yeah. So you're supposed to be level 3 for the jungle, and the jungle is almost certainly too powerful for you. Yeah, but it also still only has one room. And I like the idea of it only having one room. But yeah, this is going to be way too strong, right? Definitely going to be way too strong. So let's run this through the battle simulator. We'll set both your adventurers to 3. We'll give them a couple of points into a couple of things. And we'll set them loose on the jungle. They are going to have a 0% chance to win. There is no way whatsoever they're going to beat this thing. But I'm still going to run it and watch them die. Mix in new items with similar values, like plus or minus 2G. Yeah, we would need to change a loot system for that. Because right now, the way that we drop 1.5 items is by saying that item X has a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 2. So if we want to mix in other items, we need to say that there's like a pool of items. So we'd have to say a pool of like item X, item Y, and then say, you know, a minimum of 1 of these and a maximum of 2. And I don't think it's worth doing that for the checkpoint number 4. But I do think having the variation by the time the final game launches is a good idea. Yep, 0% of the battles. So how much, we don't know how much they did. Or we don't know how much life they had left. Although we could kind of figure it out, right? 25 DPS over about 10 seconds means they did 250 damage. How much enemy life was there? Probably way more than that. Blue worms, 3 slimes, and 6 blue worms. Blue worms have 250 on their own. So they killed 1 enemy if they focused just that 1 enemy down. But they had 8 more to kill. Hey, Crace, it's going well. I have been chugging right along, making good progress today. All right, so this is the jungle. I don't think we should have blue worms in the jungle. I guess slimes? What do slimes look like? Are they green? Yeah, they are. Where's the blue worm? There it is. Oh, you know what? I kind of like that. Yeah, let's have maybe 2 of each. And then tone them way down. My guess is this still gives them a 0% chance to win. You know, a blue worm command. Pick any green enemy from the data. Well, the other thing I want is for them to not blend in with the background too much. Like even the forest bat in the forest blends in a little bit. What's their chance to win? Probably still close to 0. Yeah, 19%. Better than I thought, to be honest. But they should have a better chance at winning this. But this is still the problem I have in general. Problem is, if you beat this once, you can just always beat it. If you don't beat it, you're not getting anything. And there's no other way to impact battles. Yeah. So we need to make this more like an 80% win rate, which we can do. But then it's like, what are you choosing? I guess the goal is to get your... I guess at this point, you're not really focused on battles so much. You're focused on the optimization of your town. Because at this point, you could have 4 adventurers. Although they cost 300 and 500. That's probably a little ridiculous. They should be in the same general class. So maybe 200. The first adventure isn't even useful on their own. It's really like they cost 200 plus 30 plus 100 to even get to the point where they're useful. So this is 330. And then this one is similar, I guess. We can say that that's 250. Shouldn't they be leveling up before getting here? They also have other adventures. So wait, I lost the context of this. What's the Y for? Because I think that's pretty important for me to be able to converse about this. Probably shouldn't have just halted the stream waiting for Kevin. All eyes are on Kevin. I do want to make the win rate of the jungle 80% for those 2 adventurers at level 2. Oh no, it's at level 3. So there is no leveling up anymore. So you're at the local maximum. You have literally no other way to gain power. And there aren't really complex skill builds or anything. Actually, the point where maybe that should impact our decision to have another 2-player, 2-adventurer dungeon. Yeah, maybe having another 2-adventurer location isn't a good idea. Thought the simulation was still level 2. No, I think that's at level 3. Yeah, it's at level 3 now. Well, I want there to be 3 locations. I think we could cut one out so that it's just level 2 with 2 adventurers, level 3 with 3 adventurers, and then the boss. But yeah, I think level 3 with 2 adventurers is not a good idea. What would this do? This get replaced a level 2, 3 adventurers. You know what? I think so. That way that can become your like farming spot once you do hit level 3. Maybe we make level 3 cost a little bit more. Maybe a cheeky level 3 with 1 adventurer, so you can do 2 instances at 1. We'd probably need to make it take a long time though. Or else you'd have like 3 times the item selling throughput through that. Also, I bet the witch doctor would be pretty good at something like that. Actually, it'd be kind of cool. How do we do that? What if we made an enemy that only targeted the lowest? No, but if we do that, we need to probably make it clear that we're doing that. I was going to say, what if there's an enemy that only targets the thing with the lowest life? So the witch doctor just never gets targeted because they always have zombies. But that's already kind of the case, so. Yeah. I like this idea. I like this idea a lot. I'm just worried we're going to follow this pattern for the rest of the game. And I hope we don't do that. Yeah. Maybe make leveling up cost more money. Shows buffs or quirks. Yeah. Yeah, but I do want to be careful about that because I think most people are just going to ignore the quirks. Especially because it's not going to be clear how you work around them. And that's the whole point of bosses too. Okay, so let's go change this around. All instance data. We're going to make it be a recommended level of 2 and a maximum number of adventurers 3. So now in the battle simulator, we have the... Put both of these things over here. You have the archer and witch doctor that you can use. So let's get a witch doctor in here. Yeah, plus the other thing I think that's nice about getting you to 3 sooner is that this is brand new. This is going to feel different. And it's the first time you're going to think, which adventurer don't I take? Because you could have 4. Yeah, this is a really good thing. No, well, I guess technically not the first time because, but anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, so then we're going to get the witch doctor here. And I don't know which skills a witch doctor should have. Let's go take a look. Witch doctor. Lethality increases poison damage. I'm going to go with vampiric bite. Vampiric bite. So that's at the jungle. They're going to be level 2. And they should probably have a decent chance at winning. Like, yeah, probably also 40%. Because you can level them up even further. So I bet if we just run this, it's going to be a 100% chance to win. Because I just balanced it for 2, and we just added another adventure. Oh, but maybe I balanced... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Try the vampiric at 1 only. Yeah, I can try a bunch of different combinations. And we can try to figure out, like, is the archer good? Do we need to rebalance these things? All right, so with this set up the way it was, the chance to win is 100%. Yeah, I figured. And look at the remaining life, like 40%, 50%, 50%. So these aren't even coming close to dying. But that's why we use our little friend Blue Worm. We just add in 2 more of those. And now they'll probably have a better chance of dying. We might need to nerf the Witch Doctor. Cool. Chance of winning is now 5%. Yeah, I want it to be more than that, obviously. But let's put 1 slime and 4 blue worms. I think that's pretty good. And then we'll just accept whatever this is, and we'll just tweak stats after this. And that way I can test out some different builds. Yeah. I think that'll be neat. Where's the... Here it is. Yeah, 71%. Okay, so that's with our potentially broken build. So now what we're going to do is try it with some other builds, which I think we can just make these changes directly in here. We go into this UI. We cut out 2 skill points for that, hit start battle, and choose the jungle with, what did I have? Rogue, Mage, and Witch Doctor. That should work. I'm not positive, though. First day I come back from work and I'm able to catch a stream. Oh, hey, who cares? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah. I was going to say I should be streaming around this time usually. Okay, so that cut our win rate down by quite a lot. 14%. I'll go a week or so before shaving. Makes it even more unpleasant. I bought, what do they call, clippers? The zzz thing. Which I never really understood. I think they're called clippers. Yeah. It's not really, I guess it is clipping your hair. I always think of that as a thing that scissors do. Anyway, I bought that and I just have a slightly faster shaving schedule. 5 p.m. here from the Midwest. I see. All right. So I want to try different party configurations. Kevin wanted me to try just 1 point of Vampiric Bite. Oh my God, there are way too many things here. Is Zombie Link even good? What if we put 1 point in that? Why do we have 3 points? Uh-oh. Why do we have 3 points? Does everyone have 3? Skill points 1? Oh, I have 3 because it put 2 in for me, and then I already had 1 to begin with. Okay, got it. All right, so let's try this build out. But I want to try with the archer as well and see what happens. I'm glad we have this tooling at least. It still takes some time, but hey, at least I don't have to run 100 battles myself and figure out how this is going. All right, so the win rate is actually 82%. That's interesting. How much did this contribute to it, I wonder? If I take a point out of Zombie Link and do that same battle. It says all skills are level 0. That's actually not correct. So it was 82% when I had Zombie Link. Without it, it's 64%. Seriously, this is doing that much of an impact? Your zombies have a 15% chance to take an attack for an ally. How is it that powerful? I guess my characters must be close to dying. Yeah, they are. 8%, 10%, 12%. And when they have Zombie Link, yeah, they're much healthier. Okay, I guess it really is that as a difference. Wow, I wouldn't have expected it to be that big of a difference, though. Did it work? 176 battle? Yeah, wow. It's like a 10% survival rate difference. All right, so now what about the archer? The archer probably sucks, right? What do they have? Rapid shot, forked arrows. These are both pretty good. These are really good. These are amazing. The archer's so good. All right, so I'm going to try it without the witch doctor. We're going to play rogue, mage, and archer. Zombie Link's better than the cleric. Well, we don't know about that, but it might be. All right, wow, that was terrible. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that the witch doctor's just overpowered. It's not anything else here. Because let's say that was a 31% win rate. Let's say we just took the rogue out of the battle. So now it's mage, witch doctor, archer. I'm guessing just having the witch doctor alone is enough to like super boost your win rate. Let's just bump this up here so we can just see it. No, it went down? What? Does that mean that the rogue is overpowered? There are only two options here. Something's overpowered or the game is wrong. So rogue, witch doctor, and archer. That win ratio was 72%. Interesting. So what are we learning here? We're learning that the rogue, archer, and mage are just bad as a party together. I guess because they don't have a lot of survivability. We could improve it very slightly. Let's try this. Okay, so that win rate was 26%. What if we give the archer the dodge ability? There. Maybe that on its own is already going to help. Maybe defensive abilities really do matter, which is what we wanted a long time ago. So what is it? Mage, witch doctor, archer? Yeah, sure. Mage, witch doctor, archer. Yeah. So it was 26%. We made the archer dodge 15% more of the time. So how much does it change the win ratio by? 9%. The quicker battles is really hard to tell when you're not winning all of them because you might just be dying really fast. In which case the battles end, but it's not a good result. All right, well, it seems to have had an impact. So yeah, some defensive skills do matter. Oh, man, okay. I am starting to think that what we need to do is add one more skill to every character. And that way you have more of a choice here. But I haven't fully concluded this yet, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, out of curiosity, if we do have, let's say, what was the worst party we had so far? Let's just pick this one. So it was Witch Doctor, Mage, and Archer. What if we took a Cleric with us instead? And we gave them this. All right, so Archer, Cleric, and Rogue. I am curious, with the Cleric balance the way they are, does this actually help you? Or is this terrible? We're about to find out. Win rate is 11%. Ooh, too bad. Just can't keep up, Cleric. If I just debug grant a bunch of other points and then put 2 more points in that, does that even help us? What do we have? Archer, Cleric, Rogue. Archer, Cleric, Rogue. This should make a difference because now I'm healing for twice as much. So instead of an 11% win rate, we ended up with a 57% win rate. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we just need to rebalance the Cleric, probably. Or maybe they just need a tank in the battle. I don't know, but they don't unlock the Cleric yet anyway. So what did we conclude from any of this? I don't even know what I was testing anymore. I think it was to make sure we had a high enough win rate, and all I determined was that some of these characters are just bad in a party together. Hopefully you'd realize it, but I guess if you got the Archer first, then now the Witch Doctor costs more. But I guess you could still farm in lower level instances. We should probably try like purposely bad runs. In fact, I kind of want to see how fast that goes. Try a run with the Archer as the 3rd pick. and see what the game would be like. Yeah, let's go do that. And I got to make sure to time this. So let's kick off a stopwatch so that I don't forget. We're just going to start it now, but we're going to subtract whatever 10 seconds or something from it. It doesn't really matter. Well, I guess as long as I'm here, I might as well just restart it myself. There. Okay. Now let's drop out of all these other tabs that we have. We're going to reload the game. This is when we only have the rogue and the mage, and we just would have been given 100 gold. And the cost to unlock the next character is 200. So, what? I mean, oh yeah, I see. All right, so we're going to go to the volcano. Put our point into that. I really should pay attention to the duration of battles, huh? Yeah, I think it was probably a mistake for me to base this on win rate. It should partially be based on just how much life do you have remaining at the end. Oh yeah, we don't even have the armor shop. So let's go get it, I guess. Build armor shop. Oh, we're also going to need the town hall, which now I don't have the money for. But even if I did, the town hall on its own doesn't give you a perk by default. Oh man, okay, maybe it's better to just go back to the dungeon then. I think players are probably going to conclude the same thing. Why do I have a quest? I never found that item, did I? Maybe I hit grant most things. That definitely shouldn't be happening. Is that happening? After loading from the post-ogre save file, I was offered the life potion quest. I don't think I'd ever found one. Maybe it's seeing the green potion and offering me the next one in line. Or maybe my save file's broken. Where are the items that I've seen before? Seen items IDs. Here it is, 14 and 16. 14 and 16 is cloak and sword. What? No. What am I talking about? Small blue potion and medium green potion. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, there's a bug here then. Seen item IDs is correct. So that's probably what's happening. It's seeing that I should have another quest and that I don't. I don't have auto battle on. So all that time was wasted. Oh man. Okay, well now we can get the town hall. And now we can start upgrading it. I can't click this apparently. That's great. What's going on there? Has unlocked tree. Null reference. Town perks line 68. Town hall is not null. How is there a null reference if I'm checking if it's null? Maybe the town is null? Oh, because I loaded? Oh my god, because I never saved this. Okay, that's a bigger problem. We really, really need to save the town hall. It's not even able to open after you... If you load a save file that doesn't have it, build it, then click the board. Start battles and look away for a bit. That's true. All right, well, this needs to be fixed before pretty much anything else. Because I don't have a way of speeding up customer sales. Also, this person wants a cloak? You kidding me? You think I'm made of cloaks? Also, we're finding a million potions now. But our customers want cloaks. Yeah, this is a problem. It's a problem because players won't know what's wrong. I guess this is what phase 2 is about. It's like, hey, let the player know now that they can get into situations that are not ideal. I guess at this point, you'd be using the recycling druid and you'd just be scrapping all these potions for like 2 gold. Yeah, recycling druid to the rescue. I'm just wasting stuff over here. How much does the warehouse cost? 30? I feel like that should probably be more. But it should also start with stuff. Increase the starting cost. Increase the starting cost from 30 to 75 as a result of this. I got to say, though, this is a pretty fun idea. And whenever I do play the game and there's a progression curve that actually makes sense, it is a cool game. Okay. Well, what time is it? 3:30. Really should have taken a break. But I guess what I'm debating on now is break 1 more hour or end. I think I know what chat would say. If I were to work for 1 more hour, what would I do? Oh, hey, push before the end of today for the sake of PRs. Yeah, let me do that before I forget. We should probably just check this in. How about I don't do either one of those? I'll just work for 10 more minutes and then end. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Did I make it to 6 hours today? Yeah, well, I will have by the time I've committed this. Yeah, so I got to do more testing on this stuff. This process is going well. We have enough tooling. I think everything is in order, and I'm looking forward to seeing this. The other thing we got to keep in mind is that players aren't going to be optimal all the time. Some players won't pick the right skills or won't realize something's going wrong. Maybe they won't even level up their adventurers. So it's like we've got to figure out what's the fastest path through the game. But then we need to allow for the players who aren't going through that fastest path. So let's check in some of the stuff that I've done. None of that. This is good. So this is some start of game balance stuff. This is also good. Can you check in? Yeah, you can. This is also good. I don't think I finished balancing this, and I certainly didn't finish the item stuff. All item data. Yeah, this is manifest ogre blood. This is grant different number of items. Did I test that? I didn't test that. We gotta go test that. So we need to make sure that the green potion quest gives you 2 slots. So we're just gonna do this and then just click grant items. None of those are green potions. Oh, because it's on speed 8, they're not going that far. There we go. This is probably the dumbest way to do this because none of the green potions are dropping. There, we got them. All right, so this should give us 2. It did. And then over here, everything else should give us 1. So for example, if we take... Oh, now we can get ogre blood from that. Interesting. I still love the flavor text on this. Sometimes it's just you're inspired. Oh, okay, we can't take items out of the shop. That would be nice. But let's put new ones in. So this should grant 1 item slot. Perfect. And now we need cloaks to go over here. There's no faster way to do this. And I can't click grant all things again. Should have done it before this. I'll just grant a bunch of workers. Go, my worker army. Now bring cloaks. Do any of you have cloaks? 1. I think we're going to need the weapon shop. I think we're also going to need 1,000,000 customers. There. They should buy all the stuff now. Nice. Nice indeed. All right, do we have enough cloaks yet? 2, 3. Got to be 1 more cloak. Yeah, there it is. right, so when we get the fourth one, we should see one more item slot appear. Perfect. And now the next quest should also give us one more. Also perfect. So what about over here? We need 5 bows. Got it. And then 6 canes. Got it. Look at this. Very fun. Take care, Vafi. Thanks for staying. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great night. Yeah, this is so cool. Just love seeing those skeletons run all over the place. We should see this character go over and buy the armor, hopefully. You can get it. You can get it. Nope. You can make it there. Go up there. Get it before someone else does. Nice. 120 gold tip. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. All right, let's finish checking in. How huge the tip will be for that 100 gold. Oh, wait a second. That 100 gold potion is going to affect the tips for everything else. Yeah. Kevin realized at the same time I did. Yeah, drat. Okay, tips are based on the most valuable item. And the ogre blood is 100G. So we should find a way to exclude those items from the tip system. Yeah. Good thing to comment on, Dark. Yeah, very good thing to comment on. All right, this is good. This is good. Yep, looks good. This shouldn't be kept in, but we can just check in everything else. This should be checked in. And probably these, yeah. Okay. Work on balance. Quests. Only the very first quest now gives 2 item displays. Changed stats, costs. What else? Unlock order, etc. Yeah, I don't think we need much more than that. Because I think almost all these things are just numbers, right? Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so now we push. Nice, nice, nice. How do we figure out the tip value? Isn't that like buy item does this? Yeah, here it is. And then how do we do this? Get all the items that a shop has seen. And then get the most valuable items. So I think what we want to do here is select all the items that are not considered rare. There was another reason why we wanted to make rare items. Maybe they last on the ground for longer. Maybe manifest that some items are rare. Then modify by item. Keep track of that. Make sure loading from a save that has ogre blood on the ground remembers this. And make sure... Actually, making them last longer on the ground, I don't think is very important. Yeah, I don't think it's very important. By the way, one of the sound effects I added, I don't know if I was streaming when I did this, but I might have been. But the rogue's execute sound, I like it a lot. So I'm going to play for you the Symphony of the Rogue. Just waiting for this to build. Oh wait, is the balance simulator on? No, it's not. Okay. Wait for it. That's it. All right, anything else we're checking in here? Nothing there. And nothing there, yeah. Cool, so where I left off, gotta fix the saving / loading of the town hall. It's all gonna be for Thursday, I guess. And then keep balancing all of the checkpoint 4 content. I think on Friday, what we should do. Yeah, I also need to clean my keyboard. On Friday, what we should do is focus on content, not on balance. Add new player skills. Is there anything else? Maybe there isn't anything else. Add the boss. Add the new boss. What else? Yeah, regeneration rate at the very least. Monsters, item names, descriptions, add dragon. Location, make sure it's clear. And then tutorial content. God, that's going to be boring. Maybe we just do balance. Add new player skills, add the new boss. And then do balance plus tutorial stuff. All right, well, we are 9 days away from the launch of this new version. So all the stuff you've seen me working on for the last 2 months, and then all the stuff you've seen making in the game that I did not work on, that Kevin and Dark and Quickie Joe did. You'll be able to experience all of that yourself. And I hope people have fun. I think the game has come a long way. You know, another thing that might be nice is having the storeroom get bigger as you upgrade it. Like maybe the first 10 displays go here and then they expand sort of outward. I don't know if you'll ever need 64 displays. That might be cool to have. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go find someone to raid. It's been a good stream. Let's raid this person. I'm not sure if we've raided this person before. You check Discord after if you have time. Can also wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you have not and don't mind doing this, please do add Skeleseller to your wishlist on Steam. It helps out a lot. We're at like 263 wishlists, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you again on Friday. I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I'll probably still do some work offline. But yeah, take care. See you.